Have you ever noticed small changes in an elderly loved one that didn't seem like much at first, but with time, you started to realize, maybe they're a sign of something bigger? Maybe they're waking up more tired than usual, or maybe they can't sleep through the night anymore. Or have you ever noticed them getting more frustrated over simple things that didn't bother them before? I'm sure you've asked yourself, what's going on? Is it just old age? Or could it be something more serious? Let me tell you, these little changes often slip under the radar. We might think they're just part of getting older. But the truth is, they can actually be signs that something more serious is happening with their health. And here's the thing, noticing them early on can make all the difference. Because the sooner we recognize these signs, the better equipped we are to help our loved ones live their final years with comfort, dignity, and love. We can make sure they feel seen, cared for, and valued, just like they've done for us our entire lives. By the end of this video, you'll have learned about 4 bedtime habits that are quietly and silently harming your elderly loved one's health. These habits may not seem like a big deal at first, but over time, they can add up and cause some serious issues. Don't worry, though, I'm going to share practical tips to help you step in and make a change today. It's never too late to help them sleep better, feel better, and live better. Now, I want to hear from you. If you're here because you care deeply about the health and well-being of your elderly loved ones, drop a comment saying, "I'm here." Let me know that you're committed to making their final years as healthy as possible. And hey, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a tip that could improve their life. Together, we can make sure our elders are supported every step of the way. Imagine this, your father, a man who used to fall asleep so easily in his favorite chair after a long day of work, now struggles every single night to get a decent amount of rest. You've noticed it for weeks, even months, he tosses and turns, often getting up several times to wander the house. You might tell yourself, well, he's getting older. Maybe this is just part of aging. But what if it's more than that? What if it's his sleep environment that's actually the problem? As we get older, our bodies become much more sensitive to things we might not even notice. Light, noise, and even the temperature of the room can have a huge impact on the quality of sleep. When we're younger, we might be able to sleep through a lot of disturbances, but the elderly are more prone to waking up during the night or having trouble falling asleep in the first place. The body's natural sleep cycles change as we age, making it even harder to fall and stay asleep. And when the sleep environment isn't optimized, when the room is too bright, too noisy, or the temperature's off, it can seriously disrupt those already fragile sleep patterns. This leads to poor rest, which can snowball into more serious health problems, like high blood pressure, depression, or even cognitive decline. Now, here's the tricky part. A lot of families might look at these sleep disturbances and think, oh, it's just part of getting older. They might assume that waking up a few times at night, or struggling to find a comfortable position, is normal. But the truth is, failing to take care of their sleep environment could be making things worse. By ignoring simple changes like adjusting the lighting or noise level, families often inadvertently make it harder for their loved ones to rest properly. And that sleep deprivation only compounds other health issues. So, what can you do? Well, there are simple steps you can take to make their sleep environment more comfortable. Start by investing in blackout curtains. These can block out streetlights or any other sources of light that might be seeping into the room at night, keeping the room as dark as possible for restful sleep. If your loved one is sensitive to noise, consider using a white noise machine or even a fan to drown out any unwanted sounds. The hum of a fan or the soft sound of nature can create a soothing atmosphere. And don't forget the temperature. Too hot or too cold can make a big difference in how well they sleep. Keeping the room cool, around 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, can help promote deeper, uninterrupted sleep. Now, while making the sleep environment just right is crucial, there's another often overlooked factor that could be influencing how well your loved one rests at night. And that's what happens before bedtime. let's talk about how the time spent winding down can have a huge impact. Specifically, let's dive into the effect of evening screen time on sleep. Now, think about your grandmother. She used to love sitting in the living room, chatting with you about the good old days. But lately, you notice she's been glued to the TV or her phone screen late into the night. She scrolls through social media, checks the news, or gets lost in her favorite shows. It seems harmless enough, right? After all, we all spend time in front of screens nowadays. But what if I told you that this habit might be silently affecting her health in ways you never imagined? As we age, our bodies undergo a number of changes, and one of those changes involves how we sleep. Excessive screen time before bed can disrupt the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates our sleep cycle. The blue light emitted by screens interferes with the body's ability to produce melatonin, making it harder for your loved one to fall asleep. And it's not just about struggling to sleep that night. If this habit continues, it can lead to long-term sleep disturbances, and even worse, it can contribute to cognitive decline. Studies have shown that a lack of quality sleep over time can affect memory, concentration, and even increase the risk of conditions like dementia. So, while it may seem like a harmless way to wind down, evening screen time could be doing more harm than good. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, it's just TV. It's just a little phone time. Many families don't realize how impactful screen time can be, especially for seniors. In fact, a lot of people assume that these devices are just harmless pastimes, a way to pass the time and stay entertained. But the truth is, we often overlook the real impact these screens have on our bodies. And the effects are even more pronounced as we age, making it crucial to understand that this isn't just a phase or something that can be ignored. So what can we do to help our loved ones get better rest? It's simple. Encourage them to step away from the screen at least an hour before bed. Help them create a calming bedtime routine that doesn't involve technology. Instead of staring at a screen, suggest that they read a good book, perhaps one they've been meaning to get into. If reading isn't their thing, playing some soft, calming music can also help to set the mood for sleep. The goal is to ease the mind, not overstimulate it with flashing images or endless information. And if they're open to it, a little bit of light stretching or deep breathing exercises can also work wonders in helping them wind down naturally. While screen time is certainly a major factor, it's not the only bedtime habit that can have a big impact on your loved one's health. Another critical factor to consider is what's happening inside their stomachs. Let's dive into the dangers of consuming heavy meals late at night, and how it could be quietly affecting their health while they sleep. Now, let's talk about something many of us can relate to: late-night eating. Picture this: your aunt, who's always had a hearty appetite, insists on having a large meal right before bed. You've seen it before. She sits down at the table, perhaps a bowl of pasta or a sandwich with all the fixings, right before heading to bed. At first, it doesn't seem like a big deal. After all, we've all had those late-night snacks. But then you start to notice something. She complains of indigestion. She tosses and turns at night, unable to get comfortable. She says she feels bloated, restless, and just can't sleep the way she used to. What's going on? Could it be the timing of that late meal? As we age, our bodies begin to change in ways we may not immediately notice. One of the most important changes is how our metabolism slows down at night. During the day, our digestive system is working hard, but as night falls, everything slows down. This includes our ability to properly digest food. When we eat too close to bedtime, especially heavy or rich foods, our digestive system doesn't have the time to process it before we lie down. This can lead to a range of issues, like acid reflux, bloating, and indigestion. These problems don't just make for an uncomfortable night, they can disturb the natural sleep cycle, causing more frequent wake-ups, less restorative sleep, and overall fatigue. And when the body isn't able to rest properly, it's harder for it to heal and recover overnight. In the long run, it can lead to more serious health problems, including weight gain and an increased risk of heart disease. The thing is, many families don't realize the impact of a late-night snack. People often assume that a little bite of food before bed is harmless. It's just a quick fix to curb hunger, right? But the timing of the meal and the type of food you're eating matters a lot more than we think. Eating heavy, fatty, or spicy foods late at night is more likely to trigger acid reflux or stomach discomfort. And even so-called light snacks can cause problems if they're eaten too close to bedtime. It's not about the quantity of food, but how late it is and how the body is able to process it. So what can you do to help your loved one avoid the discomfort that comes with late-night eating? Start by encouraging lighter, earlier meals. If they're used to a heavy dinner late at night, gently suggest they try eating their largest meal earlier in the day, perhaps at lunch, when the body is more active and better able to digest. If they still get hungry before bed, offer small, easy-to-digest snacks like a banana or a small bowl of yogurt. These options are light on the stomach and unlikely to cause discomfort while they're trying to sleep. And most importantly, make sure they're not eating right before lying down. Give the body at least 2 to 3 hours to process the food before heading to bed. Now, let's talk about something else that can quietly impact your loved one's sleep and overall health. It's something that we often overlook in our daily routines, but it's crucial. Let's dive into hydration, and how something as simple as drinking enough water can affect their sleep quality, and even their health, as they rest. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine your elderly mother, who you know has always been a bit of a night owl. She wakes up several times throughout the night to use the bathroom, which, at first, seems like just another part of getting older. It's a common scenario, right? But here's the thing, she never drinks water before bed, maybe just a small sip here or there. You might think, it's just normal aging, nothing to worry about. But what if dehydration is actually at the root of this issue? As we age, one of the changes we don't often talk about is how our bodies lose their ability to feel thirst. This is a natural part of aging, but it's one that can have significant consequences. Without that strong signal to drink water, seniors often don't realize they're dehydrated, and this can lead to a range of issues. Dehydration can cause dry skin, constipation, and even confusion or dizziness, which often worsens at night. And let's be honest, when the body is lacking proper hydration, it doesn't just affect physical health, it can affect mental clarity, making it harder for them to feel sharp or alert during the day. But at night, dehydration can have a whole different impact. It can cause them to wake up more frequently to use the bathroom, not because they've drunk too much, but because their body is struggling to stay hydrated while they're asleep. It's a vicious cycle that doesn't get better unless we address the root cause. Now, here's a misconception many families have. Some believe that drinking too much water before bed will just result in frequent trips to the bathroom throughout the night. But the reality is, it's critical to stay hydrated throughout the day, not just before bedtime. When seniors don't drink enough during the day, their bodies try to hold on to what little water they have, causing dehydration to get worse overnight. The idea that drinking more water will only increase bathroom trips is a myth. It's not the amount they drink before bed, but their overall hydration level throughout the day that's the real issue. If they're not drinking enough during the day, their body struggles to hold on to fluids, which can affect their sleep and overall comfort. So, what can we do to help? It's simpler than you might think. Start by encouraging your loved one to drink enough fluids during the day, especially water. Ideally, seniors should aim for about 8 cups of fluids per day. Though this can vary depending on individual health needs. If they're not used to drinking water, try offering water-rich foods like fruits and vegetables. Then, when it comes to the evening, consider offering a small glass of water before bed, but don't overdo it. A sip before sleep helps prevent dehydration without causing that extra trip to the bathroom in the middle of the night. The goal is to keep them hydrated throughout the day so their body isn't scrambling to make up for it while they're resting. Now that we've covered these key bedtime habits and how they silently affect our loved ones, it's important to understand how all these changes impact not just their health, but the emotional well-being of both the senior and the family. Let's talk about how recognizing these habits can empower you to provide the best care possible for your loved one, ensuring their comfort and happiness through their golden years. It can be heartbreaking to watch a loved one slowly decline in health, especially when these changes sneak up on you. It's so easy to dismiss those small shifts at first, the missed nights of good sleep, the extra trips to the bathroom, the little signs of forgetfulness. But when you start seeing these changes pile up, it can feel like a weight on your heart. It's not just the physical toll that's difficult to watch, it's the emotional strain. It feels like you're losing them bit by bit, and that's a painful reality to face. You may start asking yourself, what if I didn't notice it in time, or could I have done something sooner to help them feel better? These thoughts are natural, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed at times. But here's the thing, by understanding these subtle warning signs, you're not just watching helplessly. You are empowered. You now have the tools to take action, to make a real difference. These small, everyday changes in their habits. Things like improving their sleep environment, reducing screen time before bed, adjusting meal times, and keeping them hydrated, might seem minor, but they can truly transform how your loved one feels day in and day out. The knowledge you now have can help you guide them through these years with grace and dignity. And by being proactive, you're giving them the opportunity to live their best life possible, surrounded by love and comfort. You're not just caretaking, you're enhancing their quality of life. And that is something to feel empowered by. So if you've noticed any of these signs in someone you care about, whether it's the difficulty sleeping, the late-night habits, or the signs of dehydration, don't wait. Take a moment today to check in on them. It's as simple as offering a hand to hold, making sure their room is comfortable, or having a gentle conversation about their bedtime habits. These small changes might seem insignificant, but they can make all the difference. Don't wait for things to worsen before you take action. Your involvement, your awareness, and your support are the best gifts you can give. Trust me, it's never too late to make a positive impact on their well-being. Caring for someone in their later years can feel like an uphill battle at times, especially when it feels like every day brings a new challenge. But with love, patience, and a deep awareness of what's going on, you can ensure that they are comfortable, well cared for, and cherished. Yes, it's hard, and yes, it takes effort, but this journey doesn't have to be a lonely one. You don't have to have all the answers, but you do have the ability to make small, meaningful changes that create a big impact. You're not alone in this, many people share the same struggles, and by supporting each other, we can all make sure that our loved ones feel seen, heard, and loved in their later years. It's not about perfection, it's about doing the best you can with what you have. And that's enough. To recap, the 4 key bedtime habits that can silently destroy health after 70 are: a poor sleep environment, evening screen time, late-night eating, and dehydration. If you start noticing these habits creeping into your elderly loved one's routine, don't ignore them. These small changes can make a big impact on their health and well-being. Addressing them early can help improve their sleep, energy, and overall quality of life, and trust me, they'll feel the difference. So, keep an eye out for these habits, and be proactive about making those simple adjustments. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these habits have you noticed in your elderly loved ones? Have you observed any of these signs that might have been overlooked? I'd love to hear your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. Let's create a space where we can all learn from each other and share advice. It's so important to support one another as we navigate caring for our elders, and your experience could be the tip someone else needs to make a change in their care routine. If you found this video helpful, and if you want to continue learning more tips and strategies on elderly care and health awareness, consider subscribing to the channel. You won't want to miss our future videos, where we dive deeper into practical advice that can help you ensure your loved ones are living their healthiest, happiest lives. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps get this important information to others who need it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm grateful for your time, and I hope this video gave you some valuable insights into caring for your elderly loved ones. Remember, the journey may not always be easy, but with love, awareness, and small adjustments, we can make sure our loved ones feel supported and cared for every step of the way. Stay strong, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, and remember, it's all about those elder mature moments.